Good evening. I'd like to, the regular meeting of the successor agency is called to order. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Agency members Ramirez.
Here.
Rios.
Here.
Valencia.
Here.
Vice Chair Perez.
Here.
And Chair Ayala.
Here. Okay, we've got a consent calendar. Is there, I don't see any speaker cards for the successor agency. Do you have any, Teresa?
No, Chair, there are not.
Okay, we have two consent items for consideration. Is there a motion to approve or a question?
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay, can I have a roll call, please?
Agency members Ramirez.
Aye.
Rios.
Aye.
Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Chair Perez.
Aye.
Chair Ayala.
Aye. Do we have a executive director's report, Mr. Gomez?
Chair Ayala, I don't have one tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak on this successor agency agenda? Seeing none, we'll adjourn that portion of the meeting and we'll roll into the city council meeting. The close, let me see, got off my own page. Okay, at this time, the regular meeting of the Norwalk City Council is called to order. We will now, however, our invocation and pledge. This evening, we are honored to welcome Pastor Hector Gonzalez of Church of New Hope here in Norwalk, located on Imperial Highway. Church of New Hope serves the surrounding communities since its establishment in 2019. Pastor Hector and his wife have proudly called Norwalk their home for 23 years, married for 32 years, and raising their 11 children while dedicating their lives to service. Very busy people. The church recently hosted two major community outreaches at Hermosillo Park, one of which they distributed over 1,000 backpacks to local families. Following the invocation, we're pleased to be joined by Giovanni Armendariz, a 9th grade cadet at Southeast Academy High School here in Norwalk, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Southeast Academy is a public military and law enforcement high school that has helped develop leadership among our Norwalk students. Pastor Hector and Giovanni, can you please come to the forward to lead us with our invocation and then our pledge?
First, thank you for allowing me to pray for you. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for your grace and mercy. Just the word to invoke the living God, what a scary and yet a wonderful, humbling concept. Scary in the sense that we are calling down the living God, the Almighty God, the all-knowing God, the ever-present God, the all-powerful God. Lord, you make yourself known as a consuming fire, yet you're humble, Lord, that you allow us to call you and ask that your presence would be here this evening. And so, Lord, we thank you, Lord, knowing who you are, knowing that you, Lord, hear the cries of your people, that you hear, Lord, when people ask for help. And so, Lord, as I was just thinking and praying, Lord, for this prayer, you gave me one passage. And that passage is that he has shown thee, O man, what is good and what is right, that you would do justly, that you would love mercy, and that you would walk humbly with your God. And that is my prayer, Lord, that the decisions and, Lord, everything that happens and transpires tonight, that it would be done right, Lord, in your eyes, that it would be done right according to the laws of the land and our Constitution, that it would also be done in mercy, knowing that every decision that this leadership makes, Lord, affects people, not just paper, Lord, but people. So, Lord, let the justice be mixed with mercy. And, Lord, I pray for the leadership that they would truly walk humbly, Lord, knowing that you're the one who raises up and you're the one who takes down. And in your sovereignty, Lord, you have chosen these men and women to lead the people of Norwalk. And so, Lord, I pray, Lord, that they would always remember that, understanding that there's consequences to decisions, Lord, here in this life and in the hereafter. And so, Lord, we ask that you would bless, Lord, that you would minister knowledge and wisdom so that every decision is made that's made tonight, Lord, would be based on a fullness of understanding and wisdom so that they could take that knowledge, Lord, and do what is right in your eyes and in the eyes of the people of Norwalk. Again, Lord, I pray that you would smile down on Norwalk. We thank you, Lord, that we live in a country where we can still call out to you. We live in a city where the leadership still understands that there is a living God that we are responsible to. And so now, Lord, bless this meeting, guide it, Lord. I pray that every conversation would be, Lord, a conversation that can be worked out between all parties. Again, Lord, we thank you for your grace and mercy. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you so much. Token of our appreciation for you. We're gonna have you go in the middle here.
Okay, City Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmembers Ramirez.
Here.
Rios.
Here.
Valencia.
Here.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Here.
And Mayor Ayala.
Here. Mr. Glassman, can I have a city attorney report, please?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. The record should reflect the City Council convened for closed session. I previously announced the items 1 through 4 for closed session. However, item 4 was not discussed this evening. Items 1, 2, and 3 were. Item 1 relating to the Brandywine project and possible litigation of that matter. With that, there was no action taken. Nothing is required to be reported at this time, and that concludes my report from closed session. It's appropriate to continue with the open portion of the meeting.
Thank you. We have City Council comments. Councilmember Ramirez.
No comments this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rios.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, and welcome everyone to our meeting this evening. Just a couple of things. I'm sure my colleagues may have some additional comments on the recent events we've had here, all positive here in the city of Norwalk. I was able to attend the ribbon cutting for Cavani billboards here in the city of Norwalk, and it was really nice because this partnership that we have with them, they actually had several of our Norwalk businesses on display on their electronic billboard, which is right off of the 5 freeway. So we're hoping that that continues. They help us to promote businesses and other city events on their billboards so that everyone on the 5 freeway, north and south of the 5, will see all the great things happening here in the city of Norwalk, as well as businesses, restaurants that hopefully draws their attention to come to our beautiful community. I also attended the ribbon cutting for our Weingart Rose affordable housing at 10646 Rosecrans. Many of you may remember it was the previously Motel 6, and finally off the ground, and I think mostly occupied. I'm not sure if they have any vacancies, but I'm happy to share that a majority of those tenants there are from Norwalk. So we were really happy to work with the county and everyone else involved in making sure that that became a reality for those experiencing housing insecurity. Now they have somewhere where they can call home. The location has wraparound services, and it was a really nice event. Finally, I want to thank everyone who worked with us and collaborated on October Breast Cancer Awareness, our staff, the team, the community, businesses, our Norwalk Chamber, everyone. We are wrapping up the month, so tomorrow we have our wrap-up at 10 a.m. If any of you are available to make it, it'd be great to see you there. Paint the Town Pink wrap-up at 10 a.m. at the Starbucks at 11790 Firestone. And so we'll be able to wrap up our month and talk about all the great things that we were able to do during Breast Cancer Awareness Month in terms of raising awareness, sharing information, resources, raising monies. So hopefully, if you're free, we will see you there tomorrow morning. And that's all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Margarita. Next, Councilmember Valencia.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a few things. First, I'd like to wish a happy Veterans Day and a big thank you to those who have served our nation in the U.S. Armed Forces. A tribute to the courage, sacrifice, and dedication of all military veterans who have defended our country in wartime and in peacetime. God bless our veterans, and I hope to see you all at our event. Always beautiful, and our Director of Parks and Rec and Public Safety and everybody involved always do a wonderful job, so looking forward to that. Also, I wanted to mention that I did bid on an item and I won at the silent auction of the International Festival of St. Francis Episcopal Church. It's always great to be able to contribute to organizations that give back so much to our community. And definitely St. Francis Episcopal Church, and of course our very own Marcel Greenidge, who is one of the main people on the board there, have always been very supportive and always give to our city. I'd like to also state that I believe it's next week, and I just wrote it down and now I can't find it because oh, here it is, Thursday, November 13th, the Kiwanis Family Fun Night at Mr. Rosewood's. If you get a chance to go, I believe 6:30, at 7 they start, it's Loteria. And the Latino bingo, basically, and of course the Kiwanis are a great supporter of our city as well, and give back to the community. I'd like to also announce that the Norwalk Lions Club will be having a Thanksgiving feast, but that is for needy families, needy folks. So if you'd like to provide names of people that you think would love to join us, please let us know. Myself, and of course our president of the Lions Club, Rick Ramirez, and we have our two very special guests over there. School board member Norma Amezcua, thank you for joining us, and Commissioner Elmer Brizuela is here also, who is also part of the Lions Club. So I know that we work well with the McKinney-Vento program at Norwalk La Mirada Unified School District, and they are always very supportive and bring some beautiful people over, and who just we're able to partake and break bread with a lot of great folks there. So it's a great thing to be able to continue these traditions. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Vice Mayor Perez.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy November to everyone. And that means that our bulletins are out, our newsletters, so make sure you grab one. I have in my hand tonight the one for our senior center. And I was surprised, Gabby and team, that you were able to fit the upcoming events in December only on one page, because I know that there's so much going on at both centers. So please get our bulletins so you can take a look at what activities and events are coming up. And I would like to highlight our Norwalk Now did make it into everybody's homes over the weekend. There are actually two things that are on here, front page, front and center. It was mentioned our Veterans Day celebration that is happening on Tuesday, November 11th at 11 a.m. in front of the Norwalk Cultural Arts Center, and also the 2025 Hollywood Food Drive with our Norwalk Transit Authority and all of our buses. So please utilize our Norwalk Now, our social media pages, our website, all of those great bulletins and newsletters, because there's a lot of information on there. I'd like to also thank the entire team and say thank you again for our First Responders Appreciation Lunch. It's always a great time to get everybody together in one room and even see some of the camaraderie going back and forth between the Sheriff's Department and the Fire Department. It's always a great time, but we know here in Norwalk that public safety is our first priority. So it's always great to be able to show our appreciation to the entire team. Congratulations to our Norwalk Chamber that had a great fall kickoff with pumpkins and putters. It was a great event, family friendly. The kids had a great time. I did have a chance to attend the California Contract Cities City Manager Summit at USC a couple weeks ago. One of the sessions that they talked about was the special events that are coming up, our Olympics, the World Cup, how to prepare your city even though you are not holding an event. So I think we got some great information that we can bring back to the team to make sure that we're prepared in Norwalk to celebrate those activities, those events as they come in. A huge thank you to the entire City of Norwalk team, our TAP program, Park and Recreation, Public Services, Public Safety, everybody that participated in any of the Halloween fun that we had in the entire month of October. I heard great comments. And it's always great to be able to share those fun, exciting events with our community. Margarita mentioned the Wanga Rose ribbon cutting. Bethany, I'm so glad you're here. That's 55 rooms with 54 attendees, 100% occupied in 88 days. I did not forget. 48 days. I was short, but thanks for correcting me. That is a huge project. It happened, it took 5 years to get it open. But Bethany, you and the team, Alex, everybody over there, amazing job. We got a chance to talk to a lot of the residents. They all came out and celebrated with us. And just how excited they are to be now a part of the Norwalk community. 48 days, Bethany, that's a record. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Continuing on, a huge thank you to our businesses, residents, chamber, restaurants, everybody that participated in the Paint the Town paint activities. And the last two more things. How about them Dodgers? My goodness. A huge thank you to our public safety department and our sheriff's department. I know we had a lot of people come in and out of our station and transportation getting down to downtown LA yesterday to go to the parade or the stadium. What a great event for our community. Thank you for being out there, Rita, the team, Lieutenant. Thank you so much for protecting our community, our residents, and the visitors that are coming through the city of Norwalk. And finally, I'd like to wish our mayor a very happy birthday. Yes. I have a feeling you might get me back, but enjoy that wonderful grandbaby of yours, celebrating with your family. Congratulations to Councilwoman Rios, who just welcomed a new grandbaby in her family as well. Norwalk really is a great community, and I'm very blessed to be able to sit here and share this arena with all of you. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. And of course, happy birthday to Vice Mayor Perez, whose birthday is next week. And, I just, on that occasion, I just want to say what an honor it's been for me to grow up here, what an honor it's been for me to raise my kids here, and what an honor it is to have my grandson born here. and likely to live here as well. So we're all in. I want to thank, just real quick, I want to thank Los Alisos Middle School for their hospitality at their Harvest Festival, Dia de los Muertos. And I tell you, they had such a great turnout, and it was just a really fun event. So good job to those guys. As far as the First Responders Luncheon, I'd like to thank the Community Promotion Commission and the Public Safety Commission, and of course all the support staff of ours that, you know, helped make that a big success. And also I want to thank my colleagues, because, you know, it's hard to hit these events during the day, but the Vice Mayor was there, Margarita was there, as well as Councilmember Ramirez, and I know that the first responders really appreciate when council takes time out of their day to come and show their support. Again, don't forget Veterans Day. It's going to be this month on the 11th at 11 o'clock. The easy way to always remember that is that I was told very early on by one of the people at the American Legion, say it's really easy. It's 11th month, 11th day, 11th hour. As you remember that, you'll never have to wonder when this stuff is happening. And that was a good bit of advice. You know, there's a lot going on right now that you see in the news about people struggling to wondering whether they're going to have food for their kids, and with you know, the federal funding for SNAP and EBT and all that other stuff. I just wanted to announce that, you know, the city of Norwalk is on top of this, and we've had an emergency food pantry for literally as long as I can remember, which not me personally remember, but I know it was going on like 50 years ago. So we've been on the front end of that since Jump Street. But it's so all those people are feeling challenged and they need some help. You know, our social service center and staff is there to help. We've just been getting so many people reaching out to us. We just ask that you call and you make an appointment. They're open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 12 and from 1 to 5. To schedule an appointment, I always hate when this happens because it's how many people are sitting there with a pen. But I'm going to say it slowly. It's 562-929-5544. And the easy way too is you just go on Google or whatever and put City of Norwalk Social Service Center, and that phone number is going to pop up, and you call that, and then whoever answers the phone is going to be able to help you. But we never want people scared or worried to the degree that we can keep that from happening. And I know that people right now has gotten to a point where people are worried about feeding their families, and I just want you to know that the city's there to help. City's always going to be there to help. City always has been there to help, and I don't see that ever changing. So have confidence in your leadership. Lastly, I'd like to adjourn this meeting in memory of Martha Mercado. Her date of death was October 30, 2025. She was widowed. Her children include daughter Claudia Campos, son Robert Mercado, son Saul Mercado, and son Alex Mercado. They lived on San Antonio Drive in Norwalk, and you know, every time we lose a resident, we lose a little piece of our heart here at City of Norwalk, and I just want to offer my condolences to the family and make sure that we read this into the record so that they can have some memento from the City of Norwalk that we honored their mother. Next, we will have city manager comments. Mr. Gomez, please.
Yes, good evening, Mayor Ayala, members of the City Council. And the first thing that I'd like to do is to introduce to our community our newest executive member, And it is my pleasure to introduce Albert Mendoza, the City of Norwalk's new Public Services Director and City Engineer, is before you, first meeting, and he's already been integrated into the operations and the executive team, and happy to have him here. Albert brings more than 20 years of public works experience in both the private and the public sectors. Most recently, he served as the Deputy Director and City Engineer for the City of La Habra. As a proud Norwalk resident, Albert understands our city and is committed to improving the places where we live, work, and play. He holds a Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering from Cal Poly Pomona, one of the hardest schools to get an engineering degree, and is licensed civil engineer in the state of California. We're excited to welcome Albert to our leadership team and look forward to his contributions to the City of Norwalk community. And Albert, welcome.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Gomez. It's an honor to be here. Mayor, members of the City Council, and members of the community. I stand before you as your new director, and I'm thrilled and excited. Like Mr. Gomez said, I'm already working with the executive team, and my job is to continue the mission of that the City of Norwalk. It's giving me the opportunity to serve, and looking forward to working with every single one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Albert. My next item is, as you all did, invite all of our community members to Veterans Day, and again, that's 11/11/11, and we're ready to celebrate those veterans who have served, who are serving, and possibly those who will serve. Where's a young Marine there, the Academy? So we have those as well that will be part of our celebration. Also, what we want to provide tonight is an update on Hermosillo Park. As you know, we've been working on that park for a number of years, probably 4 years, trying to get it started, trying to get it funded, trying to get all of it going. Well, I'll share with you that it's before you. I won't spoil the groundbreaking date, but I'll have our Parks Director, Alan Perdomo, who will do an update on Hermosillo Park, but exciting news. Alan?
Thank you, Jesus. Good evening, Mayor and Council and everyone in attendance. So, like Mr. Gomez said, we do have a Hermosillo Park project update. In a couple of minutes, I'll give you the groundbreaking date. Hopefully take your phones out, put it on your calendar. So we want to go over a couple of really important kind of dates that are happening over the next 30 days. That's going to lead us to that groundbreaking date. So at the next City Council meeting, we will be bringing a construction agreement for City Council consideration for approval, and that is so that we can begin the construction of the actual park, and that's for November 18th. Cohesively, we are also setting up our community meetings. So like I mentioned at the last update about 2 months ago, we're going to have 2 different meetings, direct impact meetings, and those are the neighbors or anyone that's directly impacted by the project. And these are the first 3 meetings of that, the first 3 dates of those meetings. And we're also going to have an open house where everyone's invited from the general city or neighboring cities or anyone who wants to get information on that project. So we will be working on these mailers, and residents will be getting a mailer invitation to these community meetings. So we're very excited very excited about that, so we can showcase all this wonderful information to the community. Sorry. And then here is what everyone's been waiting for. So the groundbreaking ceremony. So this is a tentative draft flyer. Don't take a picture. Wait, it might change. But it's Saturday, December 6th. Yes, we are also having our tree lighting in Holiday Festival Village. It is a very long day, but we're going to push through, and we're going to deliver as we normally always do. So this is the groundbreaking. We're very excited. More information to come. We plan to have a very big groundbreaking. We plan to invite everyone in the community, the school right across, a lot of our different funding partners, a lot of my colleagues who've been part of this project. So we're very, very excited to be there on that particular day. And then the last one I want to mention is some park closure dates that are really important for the community. Obviously, the park will be closed for about 2.5 years. We do have a park, which is Hollyfield, which is your closest park to that community. So the after-school program, which we call Park Pals, will close on Wednesday, November 26th. Our last field reservation for reservations permits, soccer clubs, soccer permits, things of that nature will be on Sunday, November 30th. The reason we chose that day is because we want to be able to give the opportunity to the community for one day, one last Thanksgiving, to use the park for gatherings. Then effective on Monday, December 1st, the general contract, which is Reyes Construction, will take ownership of the site, and they will fence out the park. And then we will begin preparing for the groundbreaking, which will be that Saturday. And then construction begins, and I'll see you back in 2028 to open back the park with a big jumbo size of scissors. So that is a quick update on the park project, but any questions the council may have?
Some dates that are critical is Monday, December 1st, you'll see activity where the fencing is going to take place. And so that's going to be, a lot of questions from the community, and we're prepared to do that, including the contractor. He's also has a budget for their public relations aspect of it. And then, so that's when the park will be out of service for the community. That's Monday, December 1st. And then that Saturday, we'll have the groundbreaking, the official groundbreaking ceremony for the community. It's great news. It's, a lot of the funding is, in fact, almost all of the funding is from outside sources. So we're happy to announce that minimal dollars are going to be used from the city's general fund. So the total project was not mentioned, but it's $52 million because it includes the water capture aspect of it. So it's a one that I think the community will be proud of. I think you will be proud of. It's going to have a brand new community center that will hold with roundtables, as the council directed us to look at 200 seating capability with a kitchen, what do they call it? A catering kitchen. So it'll be a state-of-the-art building and park. It'll be one of the first new soccer fields. So I think the wait will be worth it, and get a brand new park and a brand new building with the capability of 200. It'll be our largest facility for receptions. So, Alan, thank you, and thank you to all the directors and all the staff that have been involved. We have Run here, who has been involved with all the funding and engineering and working with Reyes Construction. So thank you for all your efforts, Run, to be able to get us to this point as well. And we look forward to the groundbreaking. With that, we have a couple of videos that we want to share with you to highlight the activities in the city, and we want to share this with the community who was not able to attend, and be able to share just a highlight of these events. So the first one will be the State of the City 2025 event, and this is where we showcase the activity that has happened throughout the year, and also that is what is coming in the near future. So with that, we can play that first video.
Every year, the State of the City reminds us what makes Norwalk special: our people, our progress, and our purpose. It's a moment to celebrate what we've achieved together and the exciting future that lies ahead. At this year's event, Mayor Tony Ayala reflected on how far we've come and the vision that continues to guide our future.
As we look around Norwalk, we can see how progress is taking shape. And progress is more than construction and infrastructure. It's also about our families and our neighbors who make Norwalk home. Norwalk's investment in families extends to every part of our community. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this year's Norwalk State of the City.
We also recognize inspiring stories of resilience, like the Peraza family, who found stability and hope through the city's HOPE team, thanks to former Public Safety Officer Diego Pineda. Together with strong partnerships between our Sheriff's Department, Chamber of Commerce, and community organizations, Norwalk continues to grow stronger, safer, and more connected.
I want to thank everyone who attended the State of the City today. I think we were able to demonstrate all the work that we are accomplishing, and most of all, the participation of our residents and the ability for us to be able to provide services to them, whether it's street repaving or rehabbing parks, but we are always concentrating on providing services to our residents.
As we look ahead, the city remains committed to opportunity, innovation, and community building on the foundation of teamwork that defines Norwalk.
Thank you. Well-attended event, and we appreciate all the funders, that sponsors that provided sponsorship for the event as well. Next, we have the First Responders Luncheon 2025. It was mentioned earlier. I think this was, again, a well-attended event. We invite all of our public safety agencies within our city. So with that, we can play the video.
The City of Norwalk recently hosted its annual First Responders Appreciation Luncheon, bringing the community together to honor the men and women who serve and protect our city every day. This event reflects the City Council's commitment to its strategic plan, from Goal 1, providing high-quality customer service to the community, to Goal 2, working in partnership with residents to achieve safe and livable neighborhoods.
The Community Promotions Commission, in partnership with our Public Safety Commission, offer our wholehearted appreciation to our first responders. We also want to thank our Edmondson, Sanchez, and Muffet Elementary students for joining us in this effort in showing messages of appreciation to our first responders. They provided such wonderful posters and messages showcased here today. And together, on behalf of the Norwalk community, we thank you first responders for everything that you do.
Each year, the city recognizes the incredible work of our local first responders. From the LA County Sheriff's Department and Fire Department to CHP and Norwalk Public Safety, their dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment ensure that Norwalk remains safe, thriving, and connected.
Good afternoon. We're here at the First Responders Luncheon to show gratitude to our first responders. A chance for us to give back to our community. We really do appreciate everything you do.
During the luncheon, Mayor Tony Ayala and members of the City Council expressed their gratitude, highlighting the critical role first responders play in keeping our community safe. Members of the Community Promotion Commission and Public Safety Commission also shared their appreciation, recognizing the daily challenges first responders face and the strength it takes to answer every call. The city extends its sincere thanks to all first responders for your service, your courage, and your continued partnership in keeping Norwalk safe.
Agreed. A well-attended event, and happy to have them here in our city and celebrating their all the work that they do for us. Next, we have the scariest of the videos. We have the Halloween in Norwalk experience.
This October, the city of Norwalk was positively spellbound with Halloween spirit. It all began at the Mary Paxton Art Gallery on October 3rd with the exhibit Honoring Tradition, the Arturo Sanchez Sr. Halloween Parade Legacy, which celebrated the parade's 40th anniversary. With scrapbooks, photographs, newspaper clippings, and treasured keepsakes, the gallery was a fantastic tribute. It was the perfect lead up to the 40th annual Arturo Sanchez Sr. Halloween Parade on October 11th. Families lined the streets, cheering on costumed city dignitaries, marching bands, and parade participants ready to show off their creepy style. Then on October 14th, the Social Services Department conjured up some creativity at their Haunt and Flaunt craft party, where little witches and warlocks designed their own haunted hats and trick-or-treat bags. The fun made a splash at the Norwalk Aquatic Pavilion's 4th annual Pumpkin Float on October 17th. Residents carved their jack-o'-lanterns and watched as they drifted across a glowing sea of magic. That next night, the historic Hargett House turned into a haunted haven, where visitors enjoyed bingo, games, and trick-or-treating inside the beautifully historic home.
Welcome to Halloween at Hargett.
From October 20th to November 1st, in honor of Dia de los Muertos, the Senior Center hosted a community ofrenda for seniors to bring photos of loved ones who have passed. On October 23rd, the Social Services Center got spooky on the dance floor with the creepy crawly cha-cha, a graveyard smash that had residents of all ages grooving like ghouls and ghosts. The Senior Center had their own dance party on October 30th with the Halloween Groove. On October 28th, Little Monsters from Creative Little Hands and Toddler Town haunted Norwalk City Hall, trick-or-treating from office to office in their adorable costumes, bringing Halloween fun to every corner of the building. Norwalk's Halloween Spooktacular wrapped up the month on October 31st with a terrifying trifecta of fun celebrations at Norwalk, Hermosillo, and Lakeside Park. The night was bursting with community spirit and Halloween cheer. Thank you to everyone who joined in on the beautiful fun. Till next year, my pretties.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, Norwalk! I am the king. Happy Halloween, Norwalk!
Happy Halloween, Norwalk!
Woo! Happy Halloween, Norwalk!
Happy Halloween, Norwalk!
So plenty of scary places in Norwalk. So next, we have, to wrap it all up, we have the biweekly update that'll include all the events in the past 2 weeks. So with that, we can play the video.
Lamson Elementary kicked off Red Ribbon Week with a fun and educational event on October 27th. Norwalk public safety officers joined students to raise awareness about the dangers of drug and alcohol use, while inspiring everyone to live healthy, drug-free lives. On October 28th, the City of Norwalk joined the Norwalk Chamber of Commerce to celebrate the ribbon cutting for the new Cavani electric billboard. The double-sided digital billboard faces northbound along the 5 freeway, showcasing Norwalk's continued growth and visibility. Los Alisos Middle School celebrated their 6th annual Dia de los Muertos and Harvest Festival on October 29th. Mayor Tony Ayala joined the community for this vibrant, family-friendly event filled with music, performances, and delicious food to bring Norwalk together. On October 30th, Weingart Rose celebrated the ribbon cutting of their newest affordable housing development in Norwalk. This 54-unit facility is at the heart of Weingart Center's mission to end homelessness through permanent supportive housing, helping people not just find a home, but a connected community where they can thrive.
So very busy here in the past couple of weeks. The other item I'd like to bring up is, again, Go Dodgers, back-to-back World Championships. Great games were displayed. And my last item would be just related to this year's challenges that we have had in our communities in the state of California. Specifically referring to Norwalk, we knew of the ICE raids early on, and we were proactive in addressing some of those items. Several things that we did were we went to our daycare centers. We have about $5 million worth of funding to daycare centers, and so we personally went out to the daycare centers to provide lots of information to the families, and we thought that that would be a way to directly provide information to the families. We also worked through the clergy. We have a monthly clergy meeting that we were able to provide information to the congregations here in our city about our ongoing food pantry. We've had it for many, many years, and we have doubled the amount that we are providing to families. And we are delivering food to homes that do not feel safe going to grocery stores. And so we want to make sure that that is known. We have advertised it. We put in our own Norwalk Now. We have provided direct communication to our community. We have had Know Your Rights seminars. Legal Aid has provided those, and Chirla has been here. We've invited them to come to our community to provide information. And as I mentioned, we have Legal Aid, and we've had 81 referrals. We have a fund that continues to fund that activity. And we have, very unique to a city our size, we have a social services department which hosts social workers, and those are dedicated to families within our city, including families who need immigration assistance. And we have cases of those that are working through the system. We are currently and have been receiving calls at social services and providing assistance. We have walk-ins that we can provide assistance to, and we have that as well to guide them in their endeavor in any family issue. But currently, we are dedicated to providing assistance to those that are affected by the ICE raids in our community. And so we started early on, and we continue to do that. So we want to make sure that our community knows our Norwalk Now provides information about our resources. We also have a website that provides information related to immigration, to food pantries, and we are going to continue to assist our community in any way that we can. So with that, Mayor and members of the City Council, I know that we have speakers who come and provide their opinion, and we welcome an open dialogue, and we wanted to make sure that we also provided our community with the items that we are doing. I will offer myself to meet with them if they want to have an open discussion and provide them with more information. But we're here to assist our community, our residents that are being affected by ICE raids. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. Going to consent calendar. There are 9 consent items for consideration. Ms. DuBois, are there any persons wishing to speak on the consent calendar? See any on my side?
I don't have any speaker cards
Okay.
for consent calendar.
I'll move them.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Council members Ramirez.
Aye.
Rios.
Aye.
Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Aye.
Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Does anybody have appointments to advisory bodies?
Mr. Mayor, I have one.
Okay.
I have an appointment to the Senior Commission, and my nominee is here. I'd like to nominate,
Bring her up,
bring him up.
or bring him up. I'm sorry.
Although he's not quite a senior, I thought that he would be ideal to bring a different perspective to the commission,
There you go.
as well as be a great advocate to the senior community. So I'd like to introduce former Public Safety Commissioner, now hoping I get a nomination to the Senior Commission, Mr. Elmer Bezuela.
All right.
I'll motion it. I believe he might be a young
That's
senior.
I make the motion.
That's
You
a
can
second.
second.
Oh, you
did a
did?
second.
Okay.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Ramirez,
Aye.
Rios,
Aye.
Valencia,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez,
Aye.
Mayor Ayala.
Aye. I didn't know we had a young senior category.
Yes,
that-
we
that-
do. I was
That
told
Anna-
by our
that-
Director of Social
that
Services
came
that
up
we
with.
are
So maybe we-
considered young seniors, some
maybe
of
we-
us.
There's a few of us.
Maybe we
Yes.
need to have two commissions. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the oath, if you'd please repeat after me. I think the words are there for you to assist you. If you please raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
Elmer Bezuela,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
or defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
Constitution of California,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
Thank you. Congratulations.
If I may
Welcome
take a photo.
aboard. Yeah, go.
Congratulations. Your first official.
Okay, well, welcome aboard. Item number 11, ordinance number 25-1761, adopting the 2025 California Building Residential Fire, Wildland, Urban Interface, Plumbing, Electrical, Mechanical, Energy, Existing Building, and Green Building Standards and Amendments, and amending the Norwalk Municipal Code. Could I have a staff report, please?
Yes, Mayor, members of City Council, Ms. Fei Yuan will report.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. Tonight I'm presenting ordinance number 25-1761, which proposes to adopt by reference the 2025 California Building Standards Codes and amend the Norwalk Municipal Code to align with the state's latest code cycle. The California Building Standards Commission adopts and publishes the state building codes based on the International Building Code with California-specific amendments. In July 2025, the Commission released the 2025 edition of the California Building Standards Codes. As required by state law, all cities must begin enforcing these new codes with or without local amendments starting January 1st, 2026. The list of the codes to be adopted are California Building, Residential, Mechanical, Plumbing, Electrical, Fire, Green Building, Energy, Existing Building, and Wildland Urban Interface Code. The California Health and Safety Code stipulates that the local government are allowed to make city-specific amendments to the California codes, with conditions that local government must make express findings that amends the building standards are necessary due to local climate, topographic, or geological conditions. And the local amendments may only provide for a more restrictive building standards than the content in California codes. Staff has identified local conditions that justify amendments to the California codes. This includes hot, dry Santa Ana wind, occasional heavy winter rain, high seismic activities, and liquefaction soils. Most updates are similar to the codes the city has adopted previously, include rules on administrative procedures, roofing materials, and seismic and foundation requirements. Some significant changes in the 2025 California codes includes in building code, sprinklers are now required for certain lithium-based battery storage system. Additional guard requirements for some retaining walls, temporary public occupancy structures can stay up to 1 year. In residential code, new criteria for building integrated photovoltaic system under slab vapor barrier requirement are returned back to 6 mils. And wildland urban interface code now as a separate parts, combining provisions from the residential code, building and fire codes to strengthen wildfire resilience in development area near wildlands. And in energy code, key updates include the 0.4 U factor for windows, battery storage readiness for single family homes over 120 amp services, electric readiness for new commercial kitchens, and expanded PV solar and battery requirement for certain occupancies. The LA County Fire Department is currently working on LA County amendments and code adoption. Since the city is under contract with the LA County Fire Department for fire plan check and inspection services, we will be coordinating closely with the county to adopt the LA County Fire Code separately once their adoption process is complete. The ordinance with city amendments to the California building codes will take effective 30 days after dates of adoption, which is expected to be on January 1st, 2026. Notices have been posted on our website and will also be available at our permit counter. Staff will continue to remind the applicant of the new code cycle during plan check and permit intake to ensure a smooth transition. Staff recommends the City Council introduce for first reading by title only ordinance number 25-1761. This ordinance adopts the 2025 edition of California Building, Residential, Fire, and other related codes, including local amendments. We also recommend scheduling for adoption and setting the public hearing for November 18th, 2025. And that concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody in the audience wishing to speak on this item? Seeing none, does council have any questions, comments?
Move it.
Roll call, please.
Council members Ramirez?
Aye.
Rios?
Aye.
Valencia?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez?
Aye.
And Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Item number 12, resolution number 25-52, approving the second amendment to the ground lease, an easement agreement, and covenants, conditions, and restrictions for the walk project site. Staff report, please.
Yes, Mayor, members of the City Council, Mr. Alex Hamilton will present this staff report.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council. Before I begin, we do have a series of operative agreements tonight that we're asking you to consider for adoption. But I want to recognize Mr. David Abasta from Prime Store, who's with us. And I will say that this has been an incredible labor on behalf of Prime Store in the city to both ensure that this project that you're going to hear about succeeds into the future, now and into the future, but also protects the city's interest so that we can strike a balance that works for the developer and the community and for the city at large. So I just want to acknowledge that. I'm glad David's here tonight. Again, we've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work over the last 2 to 3 weeks to craft agreements that protect them and protect the city. So as a bit of background on this project, on October 4th, 2022, the City Council certified the final environmental impact report and mitigation monitoring program and adopted the Norwalk Entertainment District specific plan called the Civic Center Specific Plan. As you're aware, the subject property is a 13.2 acre approximately property located at the southeast corner of Imperial Highway and Norwalk Boulevard, City Hall lawn, and the area behind City Hall to include the parking lot. In October 2022, the City Council also approved a ground lease between the City of Norwalk and Prime Store Development LLC, and the first amendment to that ground lease was approved in January of 2025. A brief description and overview of the project that is really right around the corner for us. There's approximately 374 residential units. There will be approximately 94,000 square feet of commercial uses, which may include, but not be limited to, food and beverage establishments, retail, health and wellness facilities, and grocery or supermarket uses, and approximately 119,000 square feet of ground floor open space plaza area that is publicly accessible but privately maintained and operated. The operative agreements that I'm referring to this evening is first off a second amendment to the ground lease, which will be amended to reflect the following. Acknowledge and confirm that the affordable housing parcel has been released from the premises under the ground lease. This is necessary for financing for the affordable housing parcel. Increase the area of the premises under the original ground lease to include the area adjacent to the City Hall building, and that would ensure that Prime Store would be responsible for the maintenance of that ground in addition to the maintenance of the project's common area. Would also apply a rent credit against the first and second year term payments consistent with the terms of an exclusive negotiation agreement previously entered into by and between the city and Prime Store. Under this second amendment, Prime Store would be entitled to a rent credit of $500,000 in year one and $397,000 rent credit in year two. This is to offset the extensive project entitlement cost that Prime Store incurred, not only in the preparation of the specific plan and the environmental documents, but also in the extensive public outreach that led up to and community engagement that led up to the presentation of this specific plan. The easement agreement adds approximately property that's adjacent to City Hall, about 5,615 square feet to the premises under the original ground lease, which would be improved and incorporated into the project's community serving plaza. The other operative agreement is what we call the CC&Rs, or the covenants, conditions, and restrictions. The declaration of the CC&Rs for the common areas within the project that would be shared by the city and the project's commercial and residential components, such as the community plaza, all sidewalks, driveways, landscape, and other improvements, excluding buildings. I want to mention that CC&Rs are very common documents for projects not only this type, but for office buildings, for multifamily residential projects, and they're really the documents that set forth the terms and conditions of all parties for how those common areas are going to be maintained and the expenses associated with maintaining those areas. It is also set up to allow for Prime Store to assume the responsibilities of all maintenance obligations and then offset costs as part of the operating expenses, subject to a cap that is detailed in the staff report. The final amount of the offset will be subject to the city and Prime Store annually reviewing the expenses that would be applied against the base rent to be paid to the city by Prime Store. At this point, staff recommends the City Council adopt Resolution Number 2552, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Norwalk approving the Second Amendment to the ground lease by and between the City of Norwalk and Prime Store Norwalk Entertainment LLC, an easement agreement and covenants, conditions, and restrictions, and authorize the city manager to execute the Second Amendment to the ground lease, the lease agreement, and the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, and any other ancillary documents and amendments in a form approved by the city attorney. Be more than happy to answer any questions should you have them. Thank you.
Okay, Alex, thank you. We have a speaker on this one, Brian Tyndall.
Good evening, council and staff. I'm curious how many people in the audience actually understand what this is. There is going to be a giant building built in the park over there. They're going to destroy all of the grass and all of the trees and put in buildings. Every time they say plaza, it's concrete. I have the Walk website pulled up on my phone. It's all concrete. The Second Amendment that they're discussing tonight is turning the grass and trees behind City Hall, behind us, into parking spaces. So if you guys are worried about maintenance costs for Prime Store, I wouldn't be, because it's all going to be concrete and asphalt. I don't know what the EIR is because I can't find it on their website, but I bet that you're not replanting all of the trees you're going to cut down, and I guarantee you're not making as much green space as there is now. So that's what's actually being done. And in future, if we could have English explanations for people who don't understand 300-page EIRs and council speak, that would be appreciated. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, council comments, questions?
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Council members Ramirez,
Aye.
Rios,
Aye.
Valencia,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez,
Aye.
Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Next item is oral communications. Could you, Glassman here? Should he step out?
He just stepped out.
All right. All right, well. Did you want to speak under public comments too, Brian?
Sorry, you guys were out of cards back there. I am here today. I've been speaking for 2.5 years about trees in the city. I thought this would only take about 6 months, but here we are still. So now I am the tree guy. I was hoping to be the environmental guy, but this has taken so long now that I am the tree guy. I've been told that I'm being ignored because there's only one of me, even though it's been 2.5 years. So if everyone can hear me, raise your hand. Cool. Does everybody like breathing? Cool. You like trees. Council, you're not raising your hands. We have a social services center if you guys need help. Does everybody like clean water? Okay, we all like trees. So I am the only person up here taking time out of my day to be here to speak to you and to speak to you. I am not alone. Everybody in the city likes trees. You're missing 30, 80, I don't know. I've given up keeping track of how many trees you guys keep cutting down and how much concrete you've built in the city. Concrete makes the city hotter. Trees make it better. Trees clean the air. They increase property values. I'm not sure what else. I've come to you with respect and politeness and trying to share my passion for the environment, and that's not working. So I don't know what you would like. There's not been any discussion. There's not any interest in a discussion. We can go get some concrete trucks and we can just finish the job now if we'd like. It would be a little bit faster and then I can have my nights back. So Thanks.
Thank you. Pocky, please.
You know, don't mind my English. Let me tell you. Oh man, Catholic Church is in a quicksand right now. I have no idea what will happen to them next year. The government is coming down all over the world. And you have 1.4 billion. Where are they going to go? You know, the Pope is trying to turn them into Christian. He's been telling us it's part of the Roman Empire, the Catholic. He told them to change everything. And he tried to turn them to become Christian. What I want to tell them, to the parents and their children, join the Church of Jesus Christ. The Pope, the church over there only have 50 billion. The Church of Jesus Christ, 8 million people who pay tithing. They have 300 billion. And land, 1,700,000 acres of land farming all over this United States. They can do a lot more. It's the richest church in the world today. Only 8 million are paying tithing. That's why I try to invite them, come to this one. The days of trouble will be here next year. That's what I'm saying. Even the Christians, they are not prepared. None of them are. The time is coming. I hope you still be here next year or 2 years from now. That's how I look at it. That's what I'm thinking. Hell will come. And Christian, the Muslim as well, the lesbian in the bracket of, they're running the Democrat. Muslim, illegal immigrant. Democrat is running by those people. And they're trying to change the whole world to become LGBT. That's what the 1.5 trillion, they're trying to send it outside. This country is in a mess, I'm telling you. In a big mess. I don't think we'll be around in 2 or 3 years from now. There'll be hell break loose. That's what will happen. So I'm telling you, turn to be a Democrat, a Republican. Don't be Democrat, a Democrat Party. They're cuckoo up here. That's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Pocky. Cody Woolard.
My name is Cody Woolard. I'm here to request a park in my neighborhood. I used to attend Moffett, but I'm homeschooled. There is an empty plot of land next to the bridge that crosses the 5 freeway off of Markdale and Silver Bow. I believe this space would be perfect for a new park for our community. A park in this location would provide many benefits like healthy lifestyles. Kids after school can walk to the park with parents or siblings without needing a car. And A park, having a clean, safe, and fun place to play would help fight obesity, encourage outdoor activities, and give kids more energy throughout the day. Right now, many kids are playing in the street, which can be dangerous with cars driving by. And friends or siblings can walk to the park, making it accessible for everybody in the neighborhood. You do kind of forgetting my speech here. Parks bring neighborhoods together. Families can gather. Kids can make new friends. The place would feel more welcoming and lovely. Thank you.
That was an outstanding job, Cody. Mr. Gomez, could we get one of the staff to set up a meeting with Cody to talk to him about what his ideas are on this park, and maybe get council a map or something, a site map of what we're looking at, talking about?
Yes, we'll definitely do that.
Thank you very much. We have Belle Boyd next.
Thank you. It seems our echoes have finally caught your attention. Thank you for acknowledging what the community has been facing and will continue to face. Thank you for acknowledging our veterans. Hopefully you'll take the time to do more than take performative pictures. Our veterans have done the greatest civil duty that an American can do. Second to that is jury duty. And third, voting. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a big country music fan. I love Zach Bryan. More than just a country singer, he enlisted in the US Navy at 17, served for 8 years, reaching the rank of petty officer as an aviation ordnance man. He was honorably discharged to focus on his music career. Now, he wrote music throughout his service, and his military experience is often reflected in his songs. I'm not sure how many of you have heard his music or are aware of the latest song. It's unreleased, but he did release an audio clip. The song is called Bad News, and the lyrics go as follows. Didn't wake up dead or in jail. Some out-of-town boys been giving us hell. I got some bad news. I woke up missing you. My friends are all degenerates, but they're all I've got. The generational story of dropping the plot. I heard the cops came. Cocky motherfuckers, ain't they? And ICE is gonna come bust down your door, try to build a house no one builds no more. But I got a telephone. Kids are all scared and all alone. The bars stop bumping, the rocks stop rolling, the middle finger's rising, and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news. The fading of red, white, and blue. Now, if a US veteran who has way more to lose than a couple of people sitting on a local city council can speak up against a community being attacked, why can't you?
Next speaker is Andy Yu.
Hello, thank you. First, I do want to acknowledge the city manager, I believe Mr. Gomez, for finally acknowledging that things are not okay and that there are many families that are scared and living under terror, scared to leave their homes to just run normal errands because of what's happening in the city. I'm a bit surprised that it came from a city manager and not any of you. Listening to your comments at the beginning, you would think that everything is just rainbows and everything is beautiful in the city. and that's just not true. I'm glad you're able to try to have a sense of normality, but I think it is important to acknowledge what these families are going through. The LA County has recently passed a state of emergency because they rightfully recognize these immigration raids are causing an emergency situation, are a crisis to the families. What the next steps may take, there's been talks of a rent moratorium, there's been talks of other emergency relief, and I just wish that we could get some of that here. I attended another city council recently in the area, and one of the first things that they talked about during the beginning of the comments was a report on the activity of ICE in the city. How many people have been taken? Do any of you know how many people have been taken? How many families? Because I feel like that's something that isn't brought up and isn't acknowledged. I'm glad there's resources available, but we need to make sure that we are speaking to this and letting people know that this is not okay. Statements have been made by other cities, and aside from just vague statements and an acknowledgement, the city council still hasn't taken a position. We don't know where you stand on this. For all we know, you don't care that it's happening. You're just going to help pick up the pieces afterwards. This isn't something that we need to be reactive about. We need to be proactive, because as we saw in the last couple of weeks, it's increasing again. We had someone taken just a couple of days ago. We had a few people taken last week, and that's going to continue. So we can't just keep being reactive and providing resources afterwards. We need to think about what we can do to protect the people now before they get disappeared and before they get kidnapped. So again, I do want to acknowledge something's being taken. Thank you for being open to meeting with and speaking with us. We're definitely going to take you up on that. But I think there's a lot of more room to be done, and more does have to happen. Thank you.
Yeah, I think to clear it up, because of some of the comments have been made in the past about our reaction to oral communications and whatnot. Could you very succinctly explain, Mr. Glassman, what the requirements are of the Brown Act that keep us from dealing with that?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, and thank you. Along with the City Council, we've sat through numerous meetings, and the speakers absolutely do have their right to come and address the City Council under the protections of the Brown Act. But I think there is some misconception, some true misconception on the part of the speakers that come in at each meeting on the scope and ability of what the City Council can do, what you can respond to, what the jurisdictional authority the City Council has, not only on the subject matter of what is being discussed, but also on the procedural aspects of what the council can do and respond. Let me first start. Excuse me, I didn't interrupt anybody who was speaking from the audience while you were speaking. I would ask, with all due respect, for you to demonstrate the same when somebody up here is speaking. I would truly hope that that is proper courtesy in this chambers. Let me first start with the Brown Act and the procedural aspect. Under the California Government Code, there's a body of law called the Brown Act, and the Brown Act says that the City Council is responsible for receiving public comment from members of the audience on topics within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. The subject matter jurisdiction of the city. The issues that are being brought forward, quite frankly, are, I think, fair to state, federal issues being driven in large part by the federal government, by the administration, by law enforcement that is governed by the federal government. The City Council does not have direct authority over those issues. And the speakers, quite frankly, I've seen other jurisdictions when the same types of presentations are made. The City Councils call those individuals out of order. The City Council of the City of Norwalk has paid the utmost respect for any speaker that comes forward, even though the topic that is being presented is outside the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. Secondly, is that in terms of response to the speakers, the City Council is limited under the Brown Act that you cannot provide extensive comment to the comments provided by the public. And that is why I believe the City Council is adhering to the obligations, the requirements of the Brown Act in not providing response to the speakers that come in meeting after meeting it was important, and the city manager tonight during his comments provided a summary of the extensive activity and dollars being spent to assist the immigration community of our community and the impacts that it has. I'm the son of an undocumented immigrant, so I know the challenges that one faces under those circumstances, and so I want to remind everyone in this here in the audience, and also of course the council already knows this, is that there are limitations on what the city council can respond or how they can respond. There is a lawsuit that is currently pending. It's working its way all the way up to the United States Supreme Court. A federal district court judge issued a temporary restraining order a few months back. That was appealed to the United States Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal. That Court of Appeal upheld the TRO that was issued by the trial judge, and that is now going before the United States Supreme Court. So these issues that are being presented, again, and I also want to state that the members of the audience will have their opportunity and do have their opportunity to address the city council. These are federal issues. These are issues that are not within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city council, but these are issues that should be addressed to your members of Congress, your state U.S. senators, and the President of the United States. The city of Norwalk is taking every effort possible under the law to protect and preserve the rights of individuals within our community. I hope that addresses the concern, Mr. Mayor. If not, I'm happy to address any questions.
Yeah, thank you. Our next speaker is Jack Cornejo.
Norwalk City Council and Mayor, the issue I'm bringing before you today, one of the issues, is term limits. Currently, city council members of our city of Norwalk do not have any term limits. I did some research, and I found that there was a city council member that had 29 years on the city council. So I'm calling for the city council to do like many of our neighboring cities do, like the majority of the cities in LA County, like our state representatives, our state senators, our governor, to have term limits. I do understand that the wheels of city government move very slowly, and it will take time, but I'm asking that it be started and codified in Norwalk City regulations, laws, however a person wants to term it, that term limits be mandated for city council members. Also, currently, our city council members are elected at large. We'd like to begin the process of having our city council members elected by district. At-large elections are discriminatory. Adopting district elections will improve descriptive representation for marginalized groups, produce councilors who are closer to voters, and generate political outcomes that are more likely to address the needs of the neighborhood. The last thing I'd like to say is it was really heartwarming to see that young man, Cody, come up and address the council. That's what democracy, that's what it's really about. So much respect for that young man. And then also, I'd like to shout out Brian and his commitment to what he believes. And okay, Brian, with you. Respect you. All right, thank you for the time.
Jeff Hardy.
You know, I have something written down, but I just want to say like that's an insult to our intelligence because what you said, city attorney, we're not asking the city to, you know, go after ICE agents. We're asking for support from the city council. So this idea that there is not that this is a federal issue, I think that's bullshit. I don't think that's true. And other cities have shown that there are things that you guys can do. So frankly, that was unbelievably insulting. Anyway, if you are from Norwalk and you have gotten off the 605 freeway, the Rosecrans exit, you have probably seen a flower vendor standing out there trying to make an honest living. On Sunday, November 2nd, he was kidnapped by ICE. He is known as El Poblano, and his 22,000 followers on TikTok are fully aware that he was kidnapped in the city of Norwalk. He is the latest of several other vendors and residents that have been kidnapped in the city. I am glad, although less now, after hearing what the city attorney said, that the plight of the undocumented worker is finally being acknowledged by the city after 5 months of begging. Better late than never, I suppose, but I want to be clear, this does not absolve you all of your silence these last couple of months. We hope that the city council and manager engages with us in good faith and that we will be as transparent as possible with the community members if and when these discussions happen. I want to emphasize that the fight for our undocumented neighbors does not end here. This is but one avenue of resistance, so I am appealing to the people of Norwalk to come together and help the family of the flower vendor who was inhumanely kidnapped off the street like a rabid dog. He was the sole provider for a wife and a 10-year-old daughter who we are in contact with. If you wish to help, you can talk to us after the meeting. Relatedly, with SNAP benefits being cut, we asked the Norwalk residents to donate to their local food bank and mutual aid group. If you are interested in finding one, you can come talk to us after the meeting. Let this be proof that there is a war being waged on the working class by the elite and the politicians they puppet.
Tony Holton, please. Looks like Tony Holton.
Good evening. You going to be? Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here to speak on behalf of the Hope. The organization helped me a lot. I was homeless for about close to a year, and I got in contact with them, and it took about 3 weeks before I was housed and put into a shelter. And still to this day, they're still helping. I give them a phone call, get whatever I need. I'm still trying to find little ins and outs as far as work and stuff. Housing has been okay, but finding a job. Don't really have too much to really speak on. Everything else they helped me with, it kept me going, kept me with faith. It kept me, I guess, saying, that the presence of God is there. That's about it.
Thank you, Tony. Keep us informed on your progress, and congratulations for being able to do that. It's not easy, so be sure you keep in check. Next speaker is Britney Spears.
Good evening. I want to start off by reading
a Instagram post that Mayor Rex Richardson posted from the city of Long Beach, the mayor, okay? He said, I am aware of today's ICE raid at Bixby Knolls Car Wash in Long Beach. Upon learning of this incident, my team immediately visited the site to support the owner and employees and to connect them with resources. Our economic development rapid response team is also engaged. Long Beach has dedicated resources to protect immigrant families and small businesses during this difficult time. Earlier this week, we adopted a budget that expands legal and educational support for workers and entrepreneurs. We continue to explore every legal avenue available to combat ICE's harmful actions. These federal raids are cruel, discriminatory, and unacceptable. Long Beach will not be intimidated. ICE has no place in our city. And he follows that up with posting a link that says, learn more about how Long Beach protects immigrant communities. City Attorney, you're saying that the city cannot do anything, but this is the mayor of Long Beach. He posted this on his Instagram. So what you're saying is bullshit. And I want to share this again. This is Mayor Tony Ayala next to a mural that pays tribute to deported veterans. Is this the most you can do, Tony Ayala and City Council? Photo ops? This isn't helping anybody, okay? Just this week, somebody was taken at the freeway exit. Who was there to do outreach? Community members, not the city. Okay? We might as well be on your payroll because we're doing your job. That's what you should be doing. That is all.
Do you have any additional cards? Speaker cards? Do you have any additional speaker cards?
No, sir, I don't.
Seeing none, we're adjourned.